The coconut milk makes it so flavorful. Guys, I can't wait for you to tell me how you like it when you do it at home. Hello everyone. How are you today? I'm doing great and I hope you're doing even better than I am. I'm Inga and welcome to my channel, Ingas World. Today I'm going to take you on a journey making curried goat and white cornmeal cou cou. Now, in my country, Jamaica, we call it ton cornmeal. Most of the times we use a yellow cornmeal. And the word ton means turn, means you're turning it as you cook it. You're turning it as you cook it. Now, in countries like Barbados and Trinidad, and maybe other countries that I might not know of, they call it cou cou. Now, we're going to do that today. And I hope you will enjoy this journey with me. Thank you so much for coming back to see my videos. And my viewers who have not yet subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe so you will be one of the first to see what is uploaded each time I upload a video. Now, take a walk with me in the kitchen. Okay, what do we need for our goat meat? Here we have 2 pounds of goat meat. It's cleaned, onion powder, pimento seeds, or what they call allspice, turmeric powder, Maggi seasoning over here, black pepper, or you may use peppercorn, or curry powder, garlic powder, and ginger powder, or if you have the real ginger, that's even better. You also will need carrot, Irish potato, onion, tomato, whole garlic, cloves. As you can see, I've already cut up my carrots, my potato, my tomato. Here I have some cherry tomatoes. You could use any tomatoes you like. I have bell peppers here, already cut up. I have already cut up my onion and garlic. For my cornmeal, my cou cou. This is my white cornmeal. You could use yellow cornmeal if you like. I have here canned coconut milk. You could use coconut powder. You just have to whip it out in water. Dasheen leaves. It's already cut. And here I have my okra already cut. When you're cleaning your okra, and if you see brown seeds in it, I suggest don't use it. It's going to be a little bitter. So, and when you're choosing your okras, choose the small ones or the ones that look very young, not too old and big and hard. The younger, the softer. Almost forgot. One of my previous videos shows you how to make my all-purpose green seasoning that I'll be using as well. Now let's season our goat meat. I'm going to add some ginger powder. I'm adding about half a teaspoon. I'm estimating, but you can measure. If you find that you want to have more of any one seasoning, you may do so. Now I'm adding some garlic powder. About a teaspoon. Now I'm adding some turmeric powder. About a teaspoon. I'm going to add some onion powder. About a teaspoon. I'm adding some Maggi, therefore you don't need salt. About a teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoon. Curry powder, about a teaspoon. Black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon. If you like pepper, you could add more. I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of green all-purpose seasoning. Now I'm gonna use my hand to rub it all in. You could use a fork to toss in your seasoning in your meat, but I'm gonna just rub it in, rub it all in. You're going to make it sit after you rub it all in for about half an hour, or you could do it overnight. Now I'm going to burn some curry with some seasoning in my pressure cooker because goat meat is really sometimes hard. So I'm going to use a pressure cooker. My pressure cooker here, I have some oil that has been heating up. It's now very hot. And I'm going to put I decided to put some hot pepper in it. Hot, you could use Scotch bonnet or just Jamaican hot pepper. Any hot pepper you want. Use as much as you can afford to. Some onions, chopped onions. Some whole garlic cloves that I have crushed a little. I'm going to give it a stir. Just a little tomato. I know I'm having it in my curry. Some people add the curry before they add the vegetable, but I don't like when my curry is too burnt. It gives me a heartburn, so I put the vegetables in there so it won't burn too much. The liquid from the tomato and the onion would not let the curry burn too much before I add my meat. I keep stirring because I don't want my curry to burn too much. I'm going to add my meat. Add my goat meat. I have cored one whole onion and I'm going to drop it in my pressure cooker. I'm going to put my carrots and Irish potato. I've cut them really thick. Almost an inch thick for the potatoes and 3/4 inch for the carrots. And I'm going to toss it in. I'm going to put some water. Enough to cover to almost covering everything that's in there. Then I'm going to give it a stir. Trying to make sure everything is sitting underneath the water. And then I'm going to cover my pressure cooker. I'm going to give it about 40 to 45 minutes. When I check it, if it's still not done, I recover it and let it go a little longer. Okay, so in my pot here, I have a small piece of smoked turkey for flavoring. You don't have to add it. You don't choose to use meat, you don't have to add it. You could, instead of having this, you could also use a little chicken broth. I'm using this as well. A little chicken broth. About 3 tablespoons for flavoring. I'm gonna add some garlic powder. About a teaspoon rather. About a teaspoon of Maggi. Teaspoon onion powder. 1/4 teaspoon black pepper. Keep your fire on medium. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of green seasoning. My green all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to add a cup of coconut milk. I'm going to give this a stir. And across there, across on the stove, you will see my pressure cooker cooking my curry goat. I also have some water boiling in my kettle. I'm going to need it to do my Cou Cou or my ton cornmeal. And like I said, you don't have to use white cornmeal like I do. You can use yellow cornmeal. While it's simmering, I'm going to get ready to blend my callaloo. If you want to add color to your cornmeal. You could put some sazon in it. I'm going to add my dasheen leaves. If you do not have dasheen leaves, guys, you could use callaloo, the Jamaican callaloo, or spinach, you know, any kind of vegetable that you use in your where you're from to make callaloo. You could use that. I'm also going to add some of the chopped onions and garlic. Chopped onions and garlic. My okras that I have cut into slithers, I'm going to add it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to blend it, chop it a little, and then do a little blending. Why? I want my cornmeal to be smooth. As smooth, not lumpy with the vegetable pieces in it. I'm also going to add my sweet peppers and my mini tomatoes or cherry tomatoes. Then I'm going to add some water. I'm going to add about, I'm going to start with about a cup of water. Okay guys, I choose to add a little chicken noodle soup mix. Or you could use the cock soup mix. About a tablespoon or tablespoon and a half. Stir it in my coconut milk. Now if you don't want your cornmeal to be all the way creamy or white, since you're using white cornmeal, you could add some sazon. I don't want to add sazon, and it would give it a nice, almost orange color, reddish orange color. I'm gonna let my coconut milk boil. I'm gonna add some hot water that I have on the side here. Instead of adding salt, I'll add some Maggi, about a tablespoon. I realized I needed more. I'm going to add some of my callaloo mix that I have blended. Again, putting in my white cornmeal. I'm going to add, stir, cut in the middle, stir, 360, cut at 12 o'clock, make a 360 turn, then cut in the middle, 12 o'clock. Try to get out all the lumps by rubbing the spoon against the lumps to the side of the pot. And then mixing it in. You will feel it getting thicker and thicker. You don't want your cornmeal to be lumpy, so you add it a little at a time. Now, if you don't want to use cornmeal, you could use grits. Now, in some countries, they do not blend the whole okra. They boil it to almost a paste and drain the water, and use just the water from the okra. I'm going to turn the heat down a little. I'm going to keep doing this till I get to the consistency that I like. I've added water to the top. It has an even, nice mix, so I added some boiled water to the top, and I'm going to cover it and let it steam. I don't like it too thick. I really like it thin, but you know, most people like to be able to scoop it or, you know, shape it. If I was the only person having it, I would make it really liquidy. But you get a nice shaping when it's like this. See? You could just shape it with a cup when you're ready to serve. So I'm leaving liquid on the top, and then I'm going to cover it. Now you see why I didn't put any sazon for coloring, because I know the callaloo would give it a nice green. Then I'm going to cover it and put it on low flame and leave it. I'm going to stick it so the water could seep in while it cooks. on low flame. Let it sit for about 20 minutes, low flame. Guys, this is our finished product. It's all plated. We have our curried goat and Cou Cou white cornmeal, but it's a little lime colored now, like neon lime colored, because of the callaloo that was blended and with the okra. All right, guys, the proof is in the pudding. So let's wrap it up. Guys, I'm tasting. Okra and Dashin gave the cornmeal a really nice, mild, slippery, smooth feel on your tongue. And it's just the coconut milk makes it so flavorful. Thank you for taking this cooking journey with me in my kitchen. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you every day you're here with me. You are my motivation. Tell me where you're viewing from and how you make your Cou Cou or turn cornmeal, like we say in Jamaica. You know, tell me what it's called in your country, how it's done, and you may even tell me what you'd like me to, a recipe you'd like me to try. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your company in my kitchen. And I just want to remind you, if you have not yet subscribed, please do so, because we're trying to reach our 100 subscriber goal. I'm really feeling faithful that it will happen. So together we can do it. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you and your family. Always remember to do good to somebody else. Make somebody else happy. You know, because when you smile at the world smiles back at you. So, like I always say, walk good, live good, and love God. I love you all. Peace.